Let's talk about TikTok's new deal with Amazon. In our previous video, we talked about what this deal looks like. I'll link it down below. But the overview is that you're going to be able to go onto your TikTok and sign into your Amazon account so that when you see ads for Amazon products, you're going to be able to buy directly inside of your TikTok account without having to leave to go over to Amazon. And that means that your accounts are going to be connected. So let's break out some predictions for what we think is going to happen or could potentially happen that will impact you as an author. The first thing is that those accounts are going to be connected. We've seen in the past when your Amazon is connected to some other things that it could be a little bit of a problem for authors, because if they think your friends and family are the ones leaving you reviews, are the ones doing all the things, that has hurt authors in the past. So if your accounts are then connected, if your Amazon can see your TikTok and potentially know who your TikTok friends are, does that mean that there could be some pitfalls for authors in terms of the reviews that they're getting and the things that are going on social media and the shoppable ads and all of those things? Potentially, yes, potentially. This again is all predictions here. So right now is a really smart choice for you to be paying attention to this. You need to be mindful of these things. I would highly recommend, and have always recommended, this is always a recommendation we've had throughout the years, to have your KDP account and your Amazon account, your Prime or just your normal Amazon account on different emails. Those shouldn't be connected, because if your Amazon and your KDP author stuff talk in a weird way and kind of show that you have different connections, that has been historically a problem for authors. So I do recommend, if you are signing into Amazon on your TikTok account, you're doing it from an email that is not your author email connected to your KDP page. Try to keep those things independent and separate, because it could potentially lead to some problems in the future. I'm not saying that it is going to, but it could potentially, if Amazon knows who your TikTok friends are, who your mutuals are, what's going on your TikTok page, that could be a whole vibe. So just be mindful that you're keeping those things separate and independent. We also know that right now, this deal is leaning into Amazon ads. It does not necessarily mean that you can create a video and then link an Amazon product, but I do predict that that's coming. We know that right now you can create a piece of content on TikTok and use products from the TikTok shop to directly link it. So you can talk about a product and sell it through the TikTok shop. You can sell your books through the TikTok shop. I do predict that in the future, we're going to be able to create a video about an Amazon product and link that Amazon product, which means in the future, you could potentially, as an author, market your books on Amazon and then not have to have a TikTok shop at all. Because we know the TikTok shops have ridiculous rules about how quickly you have to send things out and all of the paperwork and the notifications, and it's a whole thing where a lot of authors are getting in really big trouble for not doing things to the letter of the law when it comes to the TikTok shop, and they're losing their ability to sell on TikTok, and some of them are even losing their accounts. So you have to be mindful of how you're doing this, and if we can skip over the TikTok shop, that could potentially work in our favor. Now, if you want to do signed copies, or if you want to have a TikTok shop because then you can sell your book and you can make more profit from it, that's one thing. But if you're somebody who just wants to be able to market your books, and you then in the future have the ability to hopefully link up those Amazon products, I could then create my content and I could link to an Amazon and not have to touch anything. And then I'm not responsible for shipping times. I'm not responsible for errors. I'm not out the money if somebody cancels their order and I have already sent things out and they get free books. That's not on me, that's on Amazon. So in the future, we could potentially be able to, as authors, talk about our books and then link it to Amazon and have Amazon take it from there, which would take a lot of stress and work off of us. Profit might not be quite as great, but is the profit great on TikTok shop right now with all the rules, regulations, the shipping, all the things? For some people, yes. For some people, no. It's just something to be mindful of. So you have the ability right now to watch this in advance and to prepare in advance. I predict that we are going to be seeing potentially some issues with those connections in terms of how it impacts authors and their friends list. So be mindful of those. I'm definitely predicting that at some point we're going to be able to link directly to Amazon products, which will save us so much time, effort, and stress. And then we can do it for other authors' books as well. We can do some affiliate marketing. I do also predict at some point they're going to have our affiliate programs connected. So they're either going to give us a kickback from selling directly on TikTok, and anybody on TikTok that can sell is also eligible for that, or we're going to have to be able to connect our Amazon affiliate information so that we can get the connection there and we can get the kickbacks of the products that we are selling. And then we can do any of the Amazon products that we are typically selling. It's going to be interesting to see what the time frame is like. So if you are selling something on TikTok and then they click on it, but they don't buy that, but then they buy other things later on, what that time frame is going to be, because we know with Amazon right now with their affiliate stuff, if I say, hey, I got this book and somebody clicks on my book, but they don't buy my book, but they go and buy toothpaste or they buy dog food or they buy whatever, I also get credit for that if it's within a certain time period. So it'll be interesting to see what that connection is to TikTok. But right now it's all up in the air. This is the very beginning stages. This is just the part where you're aware and alert that this is happening and things will be changing. And as they change, as they roll out, I will be breaking it here first. So make sure you're following along. But right now, there's nothing to take action on, just to prepare yourself mentally and to, kind of make sure you have your things separated out when it comes to KDP and your Amazon account so that you're prepared for future options that could potentially be happening. All these are predictions. Nothing is happening yet, but as it happens, I will tell you about it here first. Drop your questions and what you hope to see out of this new TikTok Amazon alliance. And be aware, it's not just TikTok and Amazon, it's also Amazon and Pinterest. If you want to have a conversation on that, now's the time to let me know. Follow along for daily videos helping you navigate the world of author life, from your writing to your publishing to your marketing, to make this your most profitable and successful year ever with the least amount of stress.